realized that the past year, about half of our videos are about mountains, because that is where we like to spend our free time the most. And because we're spending so much time in and around the mountains, I figured out I'd make a video about how to enjoy the mountains in Japan in every season. Mount Fuji is with 3,776 meters, the highest mountain in Japan, and it is a very powerful force in the Japanese culture. Even though it is an active volcano, a lot of hikers attempt the ascent, despite the crowds and the looming threat of an eruption. I've postponed it for a few years now, but finally this year I decided to climb Mount Fuji. Because of the harsh weather conditions and the snow on the summit, climbing Mount Fuji is only permitted during the period in which the trails are open during the summer from July 1st to September.
山開きの合図だと思う。
There are 4 routes that will lead you to the summit, and we chose the Yoshida Trail, the most popular one, because that's the only one that is open from early July. Mount Fuji is divided into 10 stations, with the first station at the foot of the mountain and the 10th being the summit.
俺8年ぶり3度目の登山。マイケちゃん、初めての登山。
The entrance of the Yoshida Trail is located at 2,400 meters and leads you to the summit from the north side of the mountain in Yamanashi Prefecture. Most people will attempt their ascent at night to reach the summit in time for the sunrise, and because the trails are so crowded and everyone is wearing a headlight, which is the only light on the mountain, it is easy to spot them from miles away. We started climbing at 5 in the morning and it took us about 7 hours to reach the summit. The trail wasn't particularly beautiful because the only thing that you can see when you look in the direction of the summit are rocks. But I still enjoyed the landscapes at the foot of the mountain like Lake Kawaguchi and Aokigahara Forest.
なんかいいね、これまで訪ねた湖見れる一気に。
As we were gaining altitude, it was so beautiful and kind of a special feeling to be able to look at the clouds from another perspective. The already rocky trail soon turned into just rocks where you had to use both your hands and feet while climbing. It was quite challenging, but I think the main reason behind that was the notably thinner air as we gained altitude. I was so worried that I would get altitude sickness, but if you just stay hydrated, take frequent breaks, everything should be fine. There are loads of lodges along the trail to take breaks, which by the way sells snacks and drinks at crazy prices because of the altitude. Cup noodles that usually cost about 100 or 200 yen were suddenly 600 yen at one of the lodges. The last 30 minutes of our climb were the hardest because the air is quite thin and we were so exhausted. So I was so happy when we finally made it to the summit. We took a long break and ate some long-awaited cup noodles because that's usually what everyone does here in Japan after they reach the top of a mountain. not sure if I ever want to do it again. Norikura Kogen is a highland located on the borders of Gifu Prefecture and Nagano Prefecture. It is the highest point in Japan to get by bus or bicycle like we did because of the Norikura skyline, the highest public road in Japan. This road leads to the Norikura bus terminal at 2,700 meters above sea level, and only buses, taxis and bicycles are allowed on the road. We decided to take the bus up until a few kilometers from the highest bus terminal, where we got off and enjoyed the beautiful autumn leaves while ascending the mountain by bicycle.
Here
we go! We went in early October to be in time for the autumn leaves peak, and the landscape was so stunning. When we arrived at the highest bus terminal, we hiked for 30 minutes to one of the surrounding summits to enjoy an even more beautiful scenery, and it was absolutely amazing.
乗鞍にはいろいろ山があるんだけど、去年マイケちゃんと一緒に行ったのがこの山、魔王岳だっけかな。で、当初剣ヶ峰に行くつもりだったけど、ちょっと時間も限られるからこの富士見岳登ります。
I think autumn is the best season to enjoy the most beautiful sceneries in Japan, so I highly recommend visiting one of Japan's autumn leaf viewing spots. For an amazing outdoor experience with one of the most beautiful sceneries in the background during the winter season, you have to go to Zhiyun in Yamagata Prefecture. We went there by Shinkansen, which takes about 2 to 3 hours from Tokyo to Yamagata, which was such a beautiful ride because of the changing urban scenery to a snowy landscape while witnessing one of the most beautiful sunrises. From Yamagata Station, it takes about 1 hour to reach the Zhiyun mountain range by bus. Zhiyun is famous for its ice or snow-covered trees that look like snow monsters. One way to enjoy them is by taking the cable car and enjoy them from the air, and the same cable car will get you to the highest point where you can enjoy and walk through the snow monster forest to enjoy them from close by. I have to say, they are so intriguing because when you look at them from the air, it looks like snow, but from close by you can tell that it is just ice, shaped in all these special shapes because of the strong wind and extreme low temperatures. We also enjoyed snowboarding on the ski slopes between the snow monsters. Usually when I go snowboarding, I just concentrate on my snowboard and on the ski slope, not really caring so much about the surrounding scenery, but this time I just couldn't stop looking around at the beautiful scenery while sliding down the mountains, which was such an enjoyable experience. Another special experience you don't want to miss when you are in Japan is going to watch the Unkai or Sea of Clouds. It appears in the morning between the mountains before sunrise on mornings with a humidity above 90%. Unkai is an atmospheric phenomenon wherein the clouds become very thick to the point that they will look like waves in the sky. This occurrence is quite rare and only visible from places located at high elevations. The perfect weather conditions are between November and April. We went to Chichibu in Saitama Prefecture to observe one of these amazing natural phenomena because it's easy accessible by car. We arrived at about 4 in the morning to be in time for the appearance of the first light rays of the day, and as soon as the first light rays showed up, we were able to see the most beautiful scenery with mountain peaks above a wide sea of clouds, which made me feel like I was looking at a fairy world. We shared our favorite activities and sceneries in the mountains, and I hope we gave you some inspiration to get out of the cities and explore the nature in Japan in different ways.